Y ok, my niggas, bienvenidos a este mi nuevo canal donde hago gameplays. Si quieren ver otros gameplays míos, pueden ir a mi antiguo canal, que estará en la descripción. Bueno, nada más eso le iba a decir, y empecemos. Este juego se llama Stanley Parable, no sé por qué. Es un juego que lo descargué, ahueonao. Ya, y la descripción del juego no la entendí. ¿De qué se trata el juego? No la entendí. Ya empezamos. Es como que decía, eh, tú te encuentras en la oficina como Stanley, pero no eres Stanley. O sea, pero tampoco eres Stanley, una cosa así, la wea rara. No lo he probado aún, espero que sea bueno. Espero. Y este gameplay se va a tratar de media hora esperando a que cargue el juego. ¡Carga, mierda! Ok, empezamos acá. Me muevo muy rápido. Vamos por acá. Este tipo como que nada, como que es así. Así. Ok.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Bueno, vamos a hacerle caso al señor narrador.
No matter how hard Stanley
Nada por acá.
looked,
No
he
por acá,
couldn't
está
find a trace
no
of his
podía llamar
co-workers.
raro, nada. Nada por acá. Plantita. Nada. Tampoco. Entonces yo voy por acá. No. Acá.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
Este tipo anda narrando lo que hacemos. Tipo, este tipo está vigilándonos desde arriba. Muy alto hacia arriba. Y está narrando lo que hacemos, ¿no? I hate, odio los lunes. O sea. Por allá, sí. Nada. Nada. Ah, ya, pues narrador.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Entró a la puerta secreta. Hagámosle caso. Hagámosle caso. Yo quiero la música. Aunque sea. ¿Qué es eso? Ay no, qué miedo.
Yet there was not a single
Sin embargo, no
person
había ni
here
una persona
either.
aquí.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Decía consejos para no ser despedido. Así como que esta empresa es un hobby que despidan. Ay, me asusté. ¿Qué es esto?
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Oh, pero este tipo sabe nuestros secretos. Este tipo sabe
Coming to a
nuestros secretos.
staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Este tipo sabe todo sobre nosotros. ¿Esta es? Señor jefe. Señor jefe, señor jefe. ¿Este es? Dijo querido. Este es el baño de nuestro jefe. Señor jefe. Quiero hablar con usted.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, what dark secret was being held from him. What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer
Por mera
luck.
suerte.
Amazing.
Increíble.
He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
¿Y ahí dónde está ese? Ahí está. Ese passageway. ¿Qué pasa, hermano? Pasa las monedas, que yo quiero irme de mi trabajo. Yo me quiero jubilar. Ya, estoy aburrido que me pase. No pasa nada. ¡Ah! ¿Por qué hay sangre? ¿Por qué había sangre? ¿Por qué? ¿Por qué? ¿Por qué? ¿Por qué? ¿Por qué? Este es un juego entretenido, no es un juego de terror. Este es un juego que se puede disfrutar. No es un juego para llorar. Ah, ¿media hora más?
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
¿Será porque estoy lleno de fantasmas en este lugar?
Stanley walked straight
Uy.
ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Prefiero ir por acá.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Se pega lagazos. Lagazos. Voy a apretar esto, ¿cierto? Ah. Sí, debo hacerlo.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
No quiero trabajar nunca en mi vida.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never!
Never.
It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? Here's the
Permiso.
proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Permiso, señor jefe. ¿Puedo apagar su...? No, no puedo apagar su tremendo monitor que tiene, controlándonos a todos. Este viejo, mi jefe, va a dominar el mundo. Ah, qué buena. está. Yo prefiero subir. ¡Ah!
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
Que aquí termina esta edición de...
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine.
¿Gané?
Unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know.
Oh, pero esto
It
se
was
parece a
perhaps
Teletubbies.
the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
No creo.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Yo sé cómo Stanley fue feliz por toda su vida, con hijos y su esposa llamada Sasha Grey. Aquí termina, ¿cierto? Estoy de vuelta en mi oficina.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Acá
Stanley decided
empieza,
to go
no,
to the
ya,
meeting
ya,
room.
ya.
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Ya, entonces nos terminamos el juego en un ratito. Yo pensé que iba a ser más largo. Se ven los FPS ahí en una esquinita. No sé si ustedes lo verán. Bueno, hasta acá va a quedar este gameplay. Voy a intentar jugar otro, pero sin hacerle caso al maldito narrador. Y les quería contar. No les voy a contar. Pónganle like al video, suscríbanse si quieren ver más. Aparte, yo juego Amnesia, me pueden decir alguna custom por ahí que tengan guardado ustedes. Y nos vemos en la próxima. Chao.